Read a book this week by Bradley J. Wallace, and he said, treat life like a dimmer switch rather than an on off switch. I remember as a kid, my mom would come in my room to wake me up, especially if I had hit the snooze button too many times. She'd come in and she'd flick the light switch on, and suddenly the whole room was blinding by all of the light. Now I actually have a clock that gradually lights up in the morning, kind of like a dimmer switch. And then that slow adjustment, slowly, gradually, manageably brightens the room, and it's much easier to wake up to. And when I was thinking about the dimmer switch and the on off switch, it made me realize how much our life, our health, and our personal growth works the same way. Too often, we're treating our journeys like an on off switch. Either we're all in, doing everything perfectly, or we failed and we have given up completely. And that mindset leaves us exhausted, frustrated, and stuck in cycles of starting over and over and over again. But if you can learn to treat life like a dimmer switch, then you're not going to need to flip everything to bright all at once. You're simply going to make small, steady adjustments that add light without you feeling like you're burnt out. And this is something that I've been practicing for the last 6 weeks. And so it's really close to my heart right now. And I really, truly believe that this is the key to us unlocking that block. The trap of the on off switch sounds like if I can't follow my plan perfectly, or if I don't see the results that I'm looking for, then I might as well throw in the towel. If I miss a workout that I planned for this week, then I've ruined everything. If I don't feel motivated, then why even bother trying? We feel like we have to feel motivated before we do the things that are motivating. And this all or nothing mindset creates shame and it creates inconsistency. You're either on or off, good or bad. And that pressure is exhausting, and it doesn't leave room for flexibility or for grace. So it can look like I ate a cookie and now my diet's ruined. So I might as well eat the whole box and at least make it worth my while. If I can't meal prep for the full week, like my perfectionist brain thinks I should, then I'm just not going to prep at all. I'll wait until I'm able to do it. Since I already went out for fast food today, I might as well just make the best of today and enjoy it. And then I can go back on track tomorrow. If I didn't hit my target today, then today is a failure. If I can't give up sugar completely, then there's no point in trying. If I can't do my full 30-minute workout, it's not worth exercising. I missed a day, so I've already lost momentum. I don't have the right outfit, the right shoes, the right gear. So I can't start my fitness program yet. I can't walk a full mile, so I'm not even going to try walking. I can't meditate for 20 minutes, so it's not worth doing. I didn't wake up early and now I've wasted my whole day. I can't finish this project perfectly, so I'm going to wait until later when I can do it perfectly. And we all know that later never comes. I didn't journal yesterday and now I broke my streak. And so why bother starting again? I'm not going to stick to it anyway. If I don't feel motivated, I can't take action. If I mess up, it just proves that I'm never going to change. I felt discouraged today, so clearly I must be failing. If I can't be consistent 100% of the time, I'm never going to succeed. If we can switch this to the power of the dimmer switch, then that's going to offer something that's more sustainable. It's going to give us progress instead of perfection. And I know that I've talked about this over and over again, but we need reminders. We need to get out of that perfection mindset and get down to learning that it's okay to do a little bit and to do it imperfectly. So it says, I might not be where I am yet, but I can turn up the brightness a little bit at a time. I don't have to do everything today, just enough to move forward a little bit. I can adjust without losing sight of my goal. And those small steps are going to add up. Those tiny wins are going to compound. And instead of burning out, you stay consistent because now your effort matches your energy and your circumstances. You know what it feels like when you have all these expectations on yourself, but your energy and your circumstances don't allow you to do all those big, grandiose things or to do them perfectly. And so we stop and we turn the switch off and we say, I'm not going to do anything. And instead, what I want you to do is use the dimmer switch and do what you can in the moment. Instead of cutting out sugar completely, which we all know is not sustainable, start slowly. Swap a soda for sparkling water. Swap a chocolate treat for a piece of fruit. Instead of cooking every meal from scratch, try doing one meal a day from scratch or one meal a week from scratch or adding a serving of veggies every day. Instead of skipping meals or overeating because again, you've skipped the meal because you want to do it perfectly and then you get to the point where, oh, I've waited too long and now I'm really hungry. And so then you overeat. Just start pausing and checking in with your hunger. While you're eating, check in with your hunger. How am I feeling right now? Have I had enough? Do I need to eat more? How am I feeling right now? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Am I feeling hungry? Do I need to have a snack? Instead of committing to doing a full 30-minute workout, do a 5 or 10-minute workout of stretching, yoga, walking, even chair exercises. Every little bit makes a difference. And instead of forcing yourself to exercise every day, if you know that's not something you're going to be able to do, then don't do it. Choose 2 or 3 days instead. And the importance is that you keep it consistent. Instead of saying, oh, I've got to strengthen my body, so I need to lift weights, start with body weight and then increase gradually to other weights. Instead of avoiding movement on days that you're tired and exhausted, try something light like a slow walk or gentle stretching. Even a few stretches is better than doing nothing. Instead of saying, I have to meditate 20 minutes a day, start with just taking 3 mindful breaths. Instead of telling yourself, I've got to journal 3 pages every night, jot down 1 sentence about gratitude. Instead of overhauling your sleep when you're not used to sleeping a full night's sleep, just start by going to bed 15 minutes early. Instead of forcing yourself to finish a book in a week, read 1 page or listen for 5 minutes. Instead of forcing positivity all day, reframe 1 negative thought. Instead of expecting instant confidence, you're taking 1 small action every day to feel capable. 1 small action. Instead of waiting to be fully motivated, allow your action to create the motivation. And instead of expecting that you're going to just feel calm constantly, start noticing your stress and try 1 grounding technique to help you with that stress. Shifting from the all or nothing to gradual change sounds simple, but it's not always easy because we have this pressure that everything we do has to be meaningful. But the ordinary steps count as well. The small, consistent steps are the ones that count the most. 5 minutes of movement or 1 healthy swap makes a difference over time. And we have a tendency to overthink. We're waiting to feel ready, and that often leads to not taking action. The small steps teach more than the endless planning, because the endless planning is not actionable, or it is actionable, but we're not taking the action because we're spending too much time planning. And then we're afraid of wasting energy because we've gone grandiose. So instead, the consistent small actions are going to build momentum instead of draining our energy. So here's some ways to turn up the light, to turn on our dimmer switch. Shrink your goal until it feels doable. If exercise every day feels overwhelming, or if exercise for 30 minutes every day feels overwhelming, start with 5 minutes or even 3 minutes. And then focus on the frequency, not the intensity. 10 short walks beats one intense workout followed by 2 weeks of doing nothing. Again, it's that consistency day after day of showing up for yourself. That's what's going to cause the change. And allow for emotional weather. Some days are going to be bright and other days are going to be dim and cloudy. Keep some light on, even if it's small. And reframe those setbacks as adjustments. It's not failure. You just dimmed the light temporarily. We haven't shut it off. We're just dimmed it temporarily. And just like the dimmer switch, your habits and choices don't need to be all or nothing. Each adjustment may seem small on its own, but together they're going to brighten your entire life. So I want you to do a daily dimmer switch check-in. Notice what your light level is. Where's your energy? Where's your focus, your motivation today? Is it dim? Is it medium? Or is it bright? Dim means you've got low energy. Medium means, yeah, I'm feeling pretty steady. And bright means today I'm feeling motivated. So then you're going to make the next right adjustment based on your current level. So if you're feeling dim, that's the day where you do something, but it's minimal. Maybe prep one snack, maybe do 3 minutes of stretching. If you have the medium light level, then maybe you could do a little bit more of a workout, or you could cook a balanced meal. And then on the days where you're feeling bright, that's when you can push yourself a little bit further. That's when you can do an extra set of exercises. You can maybe take a longer walk. You can try a new recipe. You can do some meal planning. Save the bigger things for the days where you have lots of energy. And celebrate the glows. Acknowledge the small wins. Write down one thing you did today that helped to keep your light on. I know it gets frustrating when the scales don't seem to be moving and you feel like you're stuck in the same spot over and over and over again. I get it, because I'm there. I've been there. What I've noticed over the last 6 weeks is that being consistent, writing everything down. That's the one thing I do every day without fail. No matter what, I write everything down. And in the last 6 weeks, that has made the biggest difference for me. I'm starting to realize what affects my body, what helps my body feel better, what affects the scale, what helps the scale move down. But the biggest thing over all of that has been the consistency. That has been the thing that is changing the scale. You don't have to flip it overnight. Life isn't about extremes. It's about steady adjustments, and each step forward is going to bring more light. If you're waiting to be inspired, remember that ordinary steps create the momentum. If you're waiting until you know enough, you have enough information, you've journaled everything, remember that progress is going to come from action. The journaling is great. The journaling helps you figure out what's going on in your mind. The research is great. It helps you know what steps to take. But at some point, you need to take action. And that's where you're going to see your progress. So if there's an area where you have been resisting, maybe that's the area to start with. I used to believe that I had to be at my goal weight before I could coach other people. And when I was getting my certification, One of my mentors told me, no, you need to start right where you are. You don't need to feel ready. And if I had waited until I was ready or until I had reached my goal weight, we wouldn't be here. It's been 6 years. I might still be waiting. But instead, I've shown up whether I was ready or not, whether I had got there or not. It's the showing up every day and doing those consistent small steps that causes the success. So keep your hand on the dimmer and feel free to adjust it as you go. Progress is light, no matter how softly that light grows. And give yourself grace, celebrate the small wins, and trust that every adjustment is going to make the room brighter and the light brighter.